What is up, guys, and welcome back. And today we're gonna do some testing with the F350, and that's gonna be the 10 to 30 and a 30 to 70 and then 50 to 70 pulls. And then also I'm gonna show you why I'm doing that, because I want to test something out. I just did a quick little mod on the F350, which is a free mod, and this mod pretty much got me from 18 psi 19 psi stock to about 25 psi stock. And what I did is I disconnected the wastegate right here, this red tube right there. It usually connects to the wastegate, so wastegate right there. And the stock wastegates are really weak, so what I decided to do is go ahead and unplug it and see what max psi I can get out of this truck without doing any more mods like the wheel upgrade, the turbo wheel, or anything else. And the reason I'm really doing it is just basically just to see what performance gains that's gonna give me, because I do want to upgrade my wastegate to like a 25 or 30 pound wastegate, which will pretty much open up when the boost gets to about 25. And the stock ones are really weak, and I think they start opening even at 5 psi, maybe even a little bit higher. And I talked to Joe from Living on Wheels on YouTube, and he said that yeah, these stock ones are pretty weak, and I'm sure they're pretty weak. They're not made to boost make any kind of crazy numbers. And yeah, so I mean, I decided to go ahead and unplug it, and now I want to see what I can get as far as performance goes. But I did a test with it and I got 25 psi on the boost gauge, so I'm going to show you that, and then we'll do the pull numbers, the 10 to 60, 30 to 70, and then 50 to 70 pulls, and see how that compares to our previous numbers. All right, now let's test 10 to 60, and then we're gonna do 30 to 70 and see what we get. All right, here we go. Now let's do 30 to 70. Now let's do last one. That's going to be 6th gear, 50 to 70. And on that one, it got about 18 psi because it didn't have enough time to build higher boost, but we got an idea now, so let's get home and review our numbers. All right, be right back. All right, guys, now let's go ahead and review the numbers that we got with the wastegate disconnected. So let's see, with the wastegate disconnected, we got up to about 25 psi, and I did a 10 to 60, and it went from 10.58 to 10.11, so that's a pretty nice improvement right there. And then on 30 to 70, we went from 11.54 to 11.16, so that's another improvement. In 5th gear, 50 to 70, it didn't improve at all. Actually got a little bit, tiny bit slower, from 6 seconds to 6.07. And in 6th gear, 50 to 70, it's pretty much the same, 9.93, 9.92. So it did make a huge difference from 10 to 60 and 30 to 70, but it didn't make any difference in 5th gear or 6th gear. I don't know why, honestly. Maybe it defuels, maybe it's set to defuel or something like that. Hi Matthew.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
Good? Are we gonna put the back seats in? Yeah? So in the next video, we're gonna put the back seats in. So let me know what you guys think, why it didn't make any improvement on in 5th or 6th gear. Now Matthew's over here, ready to go. Do some what? Towing some trailers, towing some what?
Some trailers.
Trailers. Pull some big trailers. But I'm thinking it's because obviously I don't have a tune on the truck yet, so it's probably set to have some kind of limits. And maybe defueling, maybe something else, who knows. But the only thing I did is disconnected the Wastegate, the Wastegate, and basically now I know that my turbo can make 25 pounds of boost. So what I can do is basically upgrade the Wastegate, and that's going to be a nice improvement for the turbo, and that's going to give me a little more boost, and then get a tuner later on, and I'll know that my Wastegate can handle the boost already, because I think the stock one is set to open up at like 5 psi, 10 psi. So, but that's something I want to test on later when I get a new Wastegate. That way we can kind of test both of them together. Do you see a plane, Matthew? Oh, look at that. That's cool. So yeah, when I get a new Wastegate, I'm actually gonna test both of them together out of the truck and see and apply PSI to both of them, see at what PSI they start opening up. And I'm pretty sure the stock one is going to be pretty nice and weak. So I'm probably going to get one from Riffraff. We'll see, and we'll get that installed. On the next video, I'm going to go ahead and try and finish all this interior, and we're going to see if we can mount the center console somewhere and bend the stick shift, because it's in the way. Obviously Matthew's stick shift in the way, the console is in the way, you can't shift all the gears. So right now it's not mounted, it's just kind of sitting in there. And then when I was driving, I actually moved it back a little bit so I had more room to shift. The mounting holes are, let me see where they are. There's mounting holes over here that I marked, one over here and one over there. I'm wondering if I have to unbolt the seat and move it to, I don't know. We'll deal with that later, but basically what I'm gonna do is move this guy as far back as I can. And there's a circle hole right here, and then there's a square one. And what I'm gonna do is, and there's the seat belt mount right here. What I'm gonna do is actually, I'm gonna use the square hole instead. I'm gonna cut off that little knob right there. So it's gonna basically mount right here, and that will give me like at least what, an inch to move back. So that'll give me a little more room. And then stick shift right here, I'm gonna probably bend it up right. It's gonna be maybe what, 30, 35, like that. So that way when it's like in first, it's gonna be straight, not like all weird like that. So probably do, yeah, that's like a, it's like a 30 degree maybe, yeah, because 90, 45, so 30, 35. But yeah, in the next video, we're gonna do some holes here, install the back seats, bend the stick shift and secure the center console, and then finalize all this carpet stuff, and then it will be done. All right guys, so thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.